This segment will focus on the recovery process of the compulsive gambler and the spouse individually, but especially on the marital relationship.
Coming into the critical phase, I know the first thing that I had to do was stop gambling. But when I went to that first meeting of that 12-step group that I went to, I really didn't want to stop gambling. I went there because somebody told me that they straighten out money problems, and I thought that meant they were going to pay off my gambling debts. And I'll tell you the truth, I had no reason to believe that I could stop gambling or that I really wanted to stop gambling. I thought to myself that somehow I'd put together some money and gamble again. And what happened in the critical phase was 8 weeks after I made my first initial attempt to stop gambling, I was gambling again. And I gambled for 2 days, and since then, thank God, I haven't gambled. It's been over 25 years. One of the real things in the critical phase was that I saw some hope, because I saw people that told me they hadn't gambled for a month and a year and 2 years and 5 years, and I never thought that was possible. The other thing was, I never thought that anybody else was living or doing the things that I was doing. I thought that I was the only one living and doing those kind of crazy things. I still had flashes of gambling. I don't know if they were flashes or urges or feelings or what they were, but I probably wanted to gamble more than I wanted to stop gambling. But I went week after week to the meetings, and I started to believe that there was some kind of way I could do something in the area of stopping gambling. People cared about me. I'd walk in, or people would call me on the phone, and somebody would say, "Hello, Arnie." And what a feeling that was. You know, it was amazing to me that somebody even wanted to say hello to me. I never had that feeling until I found these people that knew about recovery. I somehow thought that maybe I could stop gambling. Somewhere in there, after months and months, I started to believe that maybe I could stop gambling. These people gave me a budget. First time in my life, I looked at all the money I owed on paper, and I found out how to handle the money. And the first thing they told me was that I had to straighten out and do things for my family. So we worked out a budget that took care of straightening out and paying all family debts. Not family debts, but paying for food and clothing and those kind of areas, which I never looked at. That was the last thing I always looked at. The gambling debts were the first thing I always looked at.